We have a saying around here.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, no brains, no headache.
Well, hello, boys.
What's up?
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
No Brains, No Headache Podcast, episode 228, coming at you live from the NBNH studios. My name's Jordan Weichel. I'm going to be your host today. Happy to do it. Damn glad to be here, as always. Next to me, my longtime friend, fellow comedian, confidant. He's the co-host of No Brains, No Headache. It is Matt Cleary-Ongo. We're back from a long weekend. I was telling you about all the debauchery prior to getting started. How are you?
My liver put in its 2-week notice. So
It's over with.
yeah.
This is the final straw, huh?
I'm just not letting him quit. So
Yeah, and I'm trying to even plan ahead. It's like, okay, we could take a little break here, but I think that's gonna last, maybe 2 weeks tops. I'm
Yeah.
headed to a Vikings game soon,
sick.
actually. So yeah, I'm going to that. And Monday night they play the Bears in
Nice.
the city, so I'm going to that. I'm like, okay, well,
that's gonna be awesome.
let's be real with ourselves, Jordan. We're gonna have to suck back a couple cold ones to watch the Vikings choke down another victory. So there's that, and then you got the Krampus. It's coming up. It's on its way. We're almost there, and then I turn 31 of all things, and God forbid I go sober for that. You wouldn't want to do that to yourself. So I'm making it work where I can, but the body took a toll.
Are you doing like dry January or something like you guys?
Haven't decided yet. Very doubtful because I could go onto my schedule on and on because I am booked out for a while now, but I don't want to get into it right now. I'm going to save you and our listeners, or loyal listeners at that. Thank you for joining us today, episode 228. We got an interesting one coming at you. I already forgot I brought a dead laptop to the studio. You'd think 228 episodes in, you'd be a bit of a professional, and here I am just making Matt whip out the dust off the old computer from '08, and hopefully it works. Am I right?
So when I got this computer, so I'd sold you the one that I bought for school, and then I immediately quit that. And then I'm like, I need a computer. I go to Best Buy, and I was like, the 16-year-old that sold it to me was like, I'm like, all I want to do is illegally download Backyard Baseball, and that's what I'm going to do with it.
Is that what you did with it?
Yes. But immediately when I did that, everything else on the computer didn't work except for Backyard Baseball.
All right. And now we are relying on that technology. Cannot wait to see how it turns out. This is the fun in what we do. You got to spice it up. If you were to never make a mistake, how fun would that be?
Yeah, I mean, that's what this podcast is all about. We just do dumb things and hope for the best.
Sometimes you go to the gas station to buy a couple sodas and rain jackets, and you forget a charged laptop. So what can you do here on episode 228, Matt? Let's get into it. Forrest Gump challenge. Tell me all about it.
Okay, I came up with this, but there is actually a Forrest Gump challenge. So we'll go into the one that I think the Forrest Gump challenge should be you have to drink 15 Dr. Peppers in one day.
You have to get invited to the White House and in line, in the pre-party to see the president, 15 DPs. If you want to go DDP, that's okay with us, obviously. Yep. Have your choice. But then you have to stand in line in anticipation of meeting the president and not wet your pants.
Yeah, I mean, that's one form of the Forrest Gump challenge. I think that we'll come up with a bet before Christmas, before we take a little break, that the loser has to do the Forrest Gump challenge one day.
I mean, it's just bringing all sorts of memories flooding in right now. I think I had a similar instance. It wasn't a challenge, but I was in Rome, Italy for a school trip, when we were doing all the sightseeing, right? And we weren't supposed to be drinking, but, we were having the alcoholic beverages. And so we had a couple cold ones, mid-afternoon. And then we got in line, my roommate and I, we got in line to go to the very top of like the church. I want to say it was like the main church in the Vatican Square. Don't quote me on that. Regardless, long line, a lot of stairs. And by the time we got to the top, it was like, okie dokie, because we had to walk all the way down those stairs and like go find a random bathroom. So I kind of did the European version of the Forrest Gump challenge, I guess you could say.
I mean, the Forrest Gump challenge, 15 Dr. Pepper seems like a lot, but 15 alcoholic drinks, that's just like a Wednesday.
Yeah, that seems like nothing. I mean, but seriously, you start sucking down a few Dr. Peppers, you don't know what's going to happen.
But
that's just how delicious and smooth they are.
There is an actual Forrest Gump challenge, and the requirements of it are you have to be a male.
Check.
Play college football.
Nope, I'm already out.
Join the army and go to war.
Disappointed my dad years ago. Out.
Become a fisherman.
I mean, I've popped some bait in some water before.
And then have a son named Forrest.
It's TBD. But I think if you have to do all of them, the college football and go to war thing is just...
There's got to be one guy out there that's like accidentally did this.
Hopefully we're inspiring somebody out there who's like, hey, you know what? I got a year or two left of eligibility.
Or someone's like, he's a fisherman out there who's a war vet that also played college football. And he's like, fuck, if I have a kid named Forrest, I completed this challenge.
And what do you win for completing?
Absolutely nothing. This is like a Reddit challenge that someone came up with.
They should give you a very small stake in the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company. Just like very small.
That like doesn't really matter. It's like, here's your...
You can't collect it either.
Here's the dividends for a year. It's like, this is 38 cents.
I'll take it. I mean, this economy, got to buy Christmas presents, man.
Oh, yeah. That season's upon us. But I do really well with Christmas present buying because I just go on Amazon and figure out, I'm like, oh, they'd like this, buy that, done.
You're ahead of the game, man. You are an innovator.
But there's certain people in your family that it's just so much easier to buy Christmas presents for.
What would you buy Forrest Gump for Christmas?
Probably a son without AIDS.
Oh, boy. Where are you going to buy that?
Actually, Forrest Gump would be really easy to buy Christmas presents for.
You know what I'm buying him? A 36-pack of Dr. Pepper.
Oh, yeah.
From Costco. We're getting the...
I'm not wrapping it either.
No. You don't want to wrap a present like that.
You steal a bow off of someone else's present and just put it on the top.
I'm also going to get like a little... an extra present for him, and it's going to be a box of chocolates with several missing.
One of my brothers used to buy me a 30 rack of Busch Light and just wrap it and put it under the tree. And then I'd get it as like a 19-year-old, and my mom would be like, guys. And then like one brother would just be like, that was Santa. It says from Santa.
It says Santa.
There's no drinking age on the North Pole.
That dirty old scoundrel. He's just promoting underage drinking. What in the heck?
Yeah, what a rascal.
We can't trust that guy. I mean, I heard on the radio that there was, kids are talking about what they think of Santa Claus, and one kid goes, we're going to leave him out some carrots so he can get healthier. And I was like, I know what you're getting for Christmas this year.
I'm going to leave him out some dong bags so he can just plow Mrs. Claus.
Leave him out some blue chews. He's going to be tired after a long night of delivering presents to the entire world.
You kind of figured out Santa wasn't real when your dad started Santa wanted whiskey.
That's what he got. Like, God dang it. That's what he got. No, buying whiskey is actually really, really nice present. Easy.
Oh. It's also easy to re-gift if someone gives you whiskey and you don't want it.
That's actually what I'm banking on, is just getting a bunch of knickknacks leading up to Krampus, and then not even take them out. Don't even take them out of the packaging. Just
When's your birthday? Late February? Great. I'll hold on to this for a bit.
I'll be holding on to this one for a while. No. What do you think Forrest does for Christmas? What is he making?
I could imagine he's making some sort of like Easy Mac with hot dogs in it.
Oh, yeah. Do you think he's a terrible father?
I'm going to say not accidentally.
Like, he means well?
He like tries hard. Like, he goes to every event, but then he'll also go to events that he's not supposed to go to. Like, his son's like back.
He's also loaded, you know?
He's just got this kid, it has to be like the smartest kid alive because he can just get all the tutors and stuff. But being as smart as Forrest is and as rich as he is, who knows if he's ever gonna like even buy stuff.
Do you think he was involved in the Diddy scandal at all?
See, there is a plot of Forrest Gump 2. It's a
Yes.
book.
Okay.
And there's a bunch of stuff kind of like that in there, but it would be funny if they did a modern day one where like Forrest Gump was best friends with Hunter Biden or something.
Or what if he, you know, how he's just like so naive and just a simple man. He's just like, he just couldn't testify as in U.S. Congress. He's like, oh yeah, we were pissing on everybody because of the Dr. Peppers I chugged before. 15 of those. Try holding your bladder on, Congressman.
Like Forrest Gump accidentally opens up a camp for young boys, and it's just the plot of the movie Holes.
Yeah, it's like the Boy Scout scandal all over again. We're just mixing in scandals with Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump invests in real estate, and the first building he buys gets hit by a plane, 9/11.
But you can complete the Forrest Gump challenge if you want. We just went through the criteria. Be a male, play college football, join the Army. I'm going to extend that to really any military branch just to broaden our horizons and go to war. So, make sure you tell your commander that, hey, I'm ready for action. Send me out there. I got a challenge to complete here. Fisherman, pretty simple. Have a son named Forrest. So
I think there could be an easier one that like more people could complete, like have a physical deformity,
easy.
work at a fast food restaurant,
Done. Dabble in AIDS.
accidentally go to a Black Panthers rally, speak at the Black Panthers rally.
Have your childhood sweetheart pose nude in Playboy. It's going to be tough considering Playboy's, I don't think it's a thing anymore. So,
Oh yeah, that is tough.
yeah, we'll come up with one.
yeah.
We'll do our research and
Any sort of adult film will do.
yeah. You know what I got for you, Matt? You ever, it's like college football season, a lot of NFL games as well. I love when you're at a drinking establishment and the game's got over with. It's getting later at night, and the bartenders or whoever, the staff on hand, they don't think to change the channel to something else because they're busy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's middle of the night. They're busy slinging drinks. And then it goes to local programming because the other day, let's just say I got pretty into the Morton County Planning and Zoning meeting.
Oh man.
And people are trying to talk to me. I was like, yeah, hold on. Hold that thought. I want to see if they build this $8 million playground.
Do you mind putting the audio for that
Yeah.
TV on?
Can we get the closed captions, please? It's kind of hard to lip read across the bar.
I mean, there was an underdog story. The pug won the dog show, and no one, including myself, was interested.
The Thanksgiving Day dog show?
Yeah.
Now, what's that called? Right on.
Yeah, that's gonna be a.
I didn't really care. I was just curious.
Yeah.
I obviously don't know. I heard there was a dog show, though.
Yeah, there is every year, and it's kind of just like it starts, but then football starts, and I'm just immediately lose interest. And
I woke up at halftime of the first game on Thanksgiving, so yeah.
nice. Yeah. Well, I also
The
told my
body's in
mom
shock.
I would be over there at 8:30 on the day of Thanksgiving. You know what I was doing at 8:30?
As you should. As you should.
I get a call at like 10. I'm like, I was just finishing some stuff around the house, and then I'll be up there.
Hey, you know what? It's the holiday season. Season's greetings to you and yours from NBNH. Moving on from the Forrest Gump Challenge. And the bars not changing their channels when they need to.
See, I like that.
Okay, you do enjoy it?
I think it's good because there's always the one place that I go every single Friday on at least two of their TVs. They always have like TNT or FX on.
Yep.
And there's always like
Rare.
Edge of Tomorrow, Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, man.
One of the Transformers movies.
Honestly, if Shawshank Redemption is on at the bar, I'm yelling at people to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, could you keep it down? Red is giving a motivational speech right now to all these criminals. Homeboy is about to get the firing squad put on him, and he is innocent. Okay? Andy Dufresne crawled through a marathon of shit and came out clean on the other side.
Someone's talking, and you're like, blah, 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 blah. He's explaining tax law to the warden.
The barkeep comes by and is like, "Do you need another beer?" Like, yeah, but next time let's just keep it down a little bit.
Just keep them coming.
And it's like movies like that where they're smoking cigarettes. It's like I kind of want one too while I'm watching. So you just light up an indoor.
Well, it's like when I was really into Shameless that I was
Yeah.
like, I need to start smoking cigarettes,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yeah.
Like my personality essentially becomes what my favorite TV show is.
Oh, I am balls deep in Duck Dynasty right now, and I'm trying my best to just keep an even keel. We don't need to put on any Southern accents.
I thought you were gonna bring over like a huge thing of sweet tea that you just pour into cups.
I really should. I mean, that sweet tea looks friggin' delicious.
Oh, it does, and it's always in a huge jug that makes like no economical sense to carry around.
Well, if you want, he needs to keep having refills. So if you want to keep having refills, I get it.
Like at what point do you just get a soda fountain that has sweet tea in it?
But you're still gonna have to like make it and brew it. You're still gonna have to like fill up the. It's still just a large quantity, Matt, that you are making easy to pour. The jug, acts as a smaller version of that. So maybe it is more. Is a tea machine more economical than just a jug of fresh tea every day? At the end of the day, Matt,
Nah, probably
you can admit
not.
you're wrong.
Yeah, you don't have to be a dick about it, but I'm just saying there's probably more than one person that drinks tea in there.
I mean, if Diet Dr. Pepper, and I know I'm not drinking one right now because they're cooling down in the refrigerator, but Diet Dr. Pepper, if you like that enough, you could do a thing where, I don't know, to keep the carbonation is tough.
Yeah.
Maybe you should just build one of those trucks with the fridge on the back, and then you can
It's like
have a gun. A Dr. Pepper gun?
a soda gun, but it also runs off your diesel engine, so it just tastes like fumes. It's also an alcoholic beverage at that point.
Yeah, you might as well just throw some booze in it. I don't know. I don't like to mix booze with certain non-alcoholic drinks that I like.
It does ruin them.
Yeah, in college a lot, it was a lot of like take pulls of like a vodka or cheap whiskey or something, and then chase it with like a Powerade. And I was like, I can't do it. I like Powerade too much.
See, I would do orange juice with that because I'm never just going to drink orange juice by itself.
You mean mixer?
Yeah. Essentially, that's what it was. I would get like the shitty orange juice that you get from the store that doesn't even have to be refrigerated.
Oh, perfect.
And
does it come in a cardboard box, like a milk carton?
Some of them do, yeah. That's like...
But they don't have like the corner thing. It's just like a rectangle cardboard carton.
Yeah, that you have like the old school one.
Yeah.
And then whenever you drink out of it, you spill most of it down your face.
Got to peel off the top layer.
You essentially do the Ron Burgundy, like milk was a bad choice every time you try to take a drink out of it.
I have a thing about spilling on myself. Sometimes I'll order a fresh drink and then like not remember or guess. It sounds terrible, but just not realize and just kind of go up to my mouth a little too early. And I spilled all over myself at Thanksgiving. I was wearing a bolo tie and a pearl button snap shirt. Wow.
I mean, you have a lot of time when you don't wake up until like 2.
Matt, I didn't have any obligations. I was giving thanks to the Lord that
I thought you
didn't
usually go make chicken wings before.
No, I made cheesecake this year ahead of time. I made cheesecake 3 days ahead of time.
See, that's the thing to do. Then you don't have any prep in the morning.
And fun fact for all of our listeners and you out there, if you're going to make cheesecake, it's best actually to let it sit for 2 to 3 days because then it gets creamier. And there wasn't a slice left, so it was a real hit.
That sounds correct, but it also sounds like the thing I say in the winter when I don't pick up my leaves because it gives it insulation for the grass to grow better.
I don't know if cheesecake and lawn care are synonymous, but I don't know if they aren't.
Yeah,
so I don't want to throw anything.
I don't know
there.
enough to dispute it, which is like
pretty much the whole show.
I think like sometimes we're just living a very dumbed down version of Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Me and you?
Yes.
It's partly sunny in North Dakota.
How many times do you think in your head like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Man, what do you think is going through my head right now?
Yes.
At this very moment?
Can you get me another Diet Dr. Pepper?
Yeah, I will. Talk to the crowd.
Yeah. So, back to the Forrest Gump challenge. I want to get into the logistics. No, I'll do a Diet Dr. Pepper. The right one's probably the coldest. If I had to drink, if I had to drink 15 Diet Dr. Peppers in one day, here's what I'm doing. I'm drinking about 3 before 9 o'clock.
You're going to get a couple out of the way.
Yep. And then I think at one point I'm going to have a couple with lunch, get a good base in me, and then I'm just going to start making Diet Dr. Peppers and vodka or whiskey. And I'm just going to get drunk.
And that's fair. I figured at one point that during the 15 Dr. Pepper challenge, that has seemed to take up about 15 or more minutes of our airtime here, which is fine by me considering I definitely brought a lot to the table. Here's what I'm doing. It's a hot summer day, and I have a lot of manual labor outside to do. And I am getting, it's like, we're talking over 100 degrees. Humidity, high. Okay? I want it to be one of the most miserable days that North Dakota weather has to offer. Assuming we're doing it here in the homeland. And I'm going to get a cooler, and you know how, like, you can never put enough ice in there. I'm going to make sure the ice ratio is just
Absurd.
Just over dramatic, because I want these 15 Dr. Peppers to be ice cold. And then I'm going to get on with my manual labor, and I'm just going to be like, okay, well, mix in a water like every 3, I think is, like you said, start with the 3. I don't see any problem sucking those things down. And, even if I get towards the end of the day, if I had a long day of manual labor, my dogs are barking. I'm beat. I want to drink probably. So if I have a couple left, I think also what I'm doing at the end is maybe making one giant cup, like if I have 3 or 4 left, and then throwing a little booze in there, and maybe even some other additive of some sort just to like switch up the flavor. But at the end of the day, I'm getting the Dr. Pepper in me. Easy.
So it has 41 milligrams of caffeine.
Oh, boy.
And I'm not sure what a cup of coffee has, but you're going to have a lot of caffeine in your system at the end of the day.
I mean, if you drink 15 of really anything, 15 cups of coffee, 15 Dr. Peppers. Oh, boy. They're starting to go through me. Actually, I'm drinking a root beer, but, all soda paps are created equal. Matt, what else do we got here on 228 for our loyal listeners?
So there was a car that was missing for 40 years.
Okay.
And
I'm still with you.
And they finally found it this week, and I don't know how it took them 40 years to find it. So I'm going to paint this picture for you. This rich couple, oil field executive, is in, I think, Georgia. And they went missing because they didn't check into their hotel in Georgia. And 40 years later, there's a small pond by this hotel. They found the car at the bottom of the pond. And
Were they draining it?
No, they just did
dried up?
they just like checked it for it, and then eventually
Somebody get a hunch?
Well, they can do like the sonar thing, and so they did that. They saw that there was a car down there because they can tell, and then they drained it and found the car. But I'm like, why would you not check the pond that is right next to the hotel where they were supposed to be at?
So they didn't dive this at all back in the 1980s?
No.
I mean, you got to understand, maybe technology just didn't catch up. But what I'm wondering is, was there just like a detective who was bored one day and was like, I'm going to go pull a random cold case file and solve that sucker?
Or they just gave it to the new guy and they're like, here's your first case.
Yeah,
Go
it's
nuts.
like a prank, like the new guy prank. Like, he's never going to solve it. We've all taken a crack at it. We're all pretty stupid. And he's like, well, do we check the pond over yonder?
That's like a plot of a sitcom where they're like, a cop sitcom where they're like, all right, Jeffrey, first case, cold case from 1978. And he just immediately solves it.
Was there bodies in there?
Yes.
Okay, so they found the bodies as well.
Yeah.
And any sign of foul play, as they say in the business?
They're still investigating it at this point. But it sounds like they just drove their car into the pond and like just kind of did the Office thing where their GPS, aka their map at the time, just took them into a pond. And they were just like, well, that's good enough for me.
44 years after New York couple vanished, car matching description of theirs is found in Georgia.
But I was like,
Yikes.
I was like, that makes no sense. Why would it be in Georgia? But they were supposed to check into this hotel. It's like, how was this cops just like, oh, they're missing? Well, We tried hard. Case closed.
The Georgia Bureau of Investigation is assisting in this one. Man, whoever was on the Bureau about 30, 40 years ago, I mean, it's kind of hard to fire them now because they're probably dead, but man, they're pretty bad at their job.
What if there was the same guy that's like 2 weeks away from like retiring and they're like, you just did nothing on this case and he just gets canned?
Do you think that they went to like the family with this news and the family's like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah, I was like,
we've mourned.
yeah, we had their funeral, I don't know, 40 years ago. None of us have even met them. Like,
Yeah, that's a tough one. What can you do besides, I don't know, investigate a little bit better?
it was actually kind of, this is on the same line of that. They found out who DB Cooper was this month.
DDP Cooper. Diet Dr. Pepper Cooper.
Yeah, they found out. Yeah, so that's kind of cool.
Wait, they found out what?
Who he was.
Who is he?
Some guy that he was like going through his mom's stuff and she had this old parachute that had matched the like he had adjusted it because he was jumping at such a high altitude and it matched that. And the guy tried doing the same thing 2 months later and he got arrested and he spent the rest of his life in jail before he died. And so like he had gotten away with it and then tried it again 2 months later, got caught. And then they matched like forensics they found on the parachute into this guy and it matched like his family.
This guy came on the parachute?
Yeah, just ejaculated all over the parachute right when he landed.
So how historically accurate is the movie Without a Paddle?
See, that's a deal breaker for me because I love that movie.
I was under the impression they found this. Dak Shepard and Seth Green and that other guy.
The guy that plays Shaggy
Yeah,
from Scooby-Doo.
I thought they cracked this case a long time
The
ago.
Three Amigos.
Yeah. They also took down a massive a weed operation simultaneously.
Yeah, I love that was like a huge deal. They're like, these guys are growing weed. And now it's like everyone's growing weed.
If you don't have a weed plant, better get one. A loser.
That movie's great, though.
So, yeah, but is that plot line of them, searching for DB Cooper, that was an old folklore? And
Yeah, it turns
now
out
they found it, or what?
Turns out, I don't know.
So he didn't burn all of his money to stay alive?
Nope, you're really going back to the plot of Without a Paddle.
I'm stuck there. Good luck getting me out.
What does he say when he's like, I christen thee, and he like breaks it and
He smashes a bottle on the river, and he's like, thanks for smashing glass where my kids play.
I love it. He's like, you got to do figure eight patterns. And then he's like, they're used to the figure eight, so I got to go with something new.
Yeah, yes. What level are you, 4 or 5? Why don't you put those numbers together? 45. They're on a wooden canoe.
Yeah, he's like, I don't care if you die. We got a tracker in the canoe, so at least we'll get that back.
Whatever. Now I'm a little upset that the movie Without a Paddle is not historically that accurate.
I
It's a
mean,
tough pill to swallow.
it's been 20 years, and you know what? You just ruined that for me.
Yeah. No longer into tree huggers now. So that's too bad. But, don't give up if you have a missing person out there. Maybe 44 years later, they'll get to the bottom of
They'll
it.
end up about 30 feet from where they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And no one decided to just look in this very suspicious pond that's sitting there. And it's not a big pond because they were able to just drain it pretty easily.
Yeah, within like a day.
Yeah. So it's like, oh, great.
Can't be that big then. Well, what else do we have here from episode 228 there, Matt?
So in the news, there was also this piece of art.
Oh, my God. How do you think in your right mind that is good audio at all? I know I forgot a charged laptop, but you don't need to be belching into the goddamn microphone. Jesus Christ. Yes, I do think we are living the plot of It's Always Sunny after that maneuver. What's the story? I'm not looking at you for a while.
So there's this art piece that was basically a banana duct taped to the wall.
What do you mean, basically a banana? I'm looking at it. That's what it is.
Okay, it was a banana duct taped to the wall, and someone paid $6.2 million for it, and then ate the banana.
That's such a power move. Was it getting old?
I see. That's what I don't know. Like, the guy was in New York, and they shipped it to Hong Kong, which I can't imagine was cheap, and then he just ate the banana.
It literally says in the first sentence, consisting of a simple banana duct taped to a wall.
Do you want to just try selling these on eBay? Like, let's go to Hobby Lobby, get like a piece of poster board,
Yes.
get some duct tape, and then be like, you can pick the color duct tape. And
Whoa. We're doing one color. We're not customizing. Start getting to the weeds of customization.
It's a little.
There goes your whole bottom line. Trust me on this one.
Actually, I don't know if we can because I don't think you can sell raw fruit on.
Should we just try a plastic, like a fake banana? And then if they eat it, be like, you are stupid.
I mean, that's actually a good idea.
We'll give it a whirl. I was able to barter X-ray chart reader, so
Where are we at with that?
nowhere.
Oh, okay.
It's just say if we're in our trade up challenge, we made it one trade up. I don't really understand how. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, but there's a local online network in the Bisman area where you can sell things, and I don't really understand how it works. So,
Essentially, it's pretty much useless now that Facebook Marketplace exists.
yes, you are correct there in that assumption. Anyway, it tastes much better than other bananas. Indeed, quite good, said the entrepreneur who spent $6.2 million on a banana duct tape to a wall.
Well, and the entrepreneurs, essentially, he's just all he did was sell a cryptocurrency that he created. It's not even that creative.
There's other editions that sold between $120,000 and $150,000. What?
I mean, we could go through Facebook Marketplace. We have quite a bit.
He came up with the cryptocurrency platform Tron. What am I reading right now?
It's not great.
All right. Well, you know what? You can see what your art is. What do we got? All right. This is the part of the show where Matt and I just go through our recent conversation. Matt, you won a DraftKings.
Oh yeah, I won $200, so which was great because I was getting down low. And that's usually how it goes. I usually just bet $5 games and then I lose all of it slowly and then win one big one.
All right, here's the stupid shit Matt and I have texted back and forth because just running out of shit to talk about. All right, I need some ideas. We have an 1882 home with this tiny restroom off the kitchen. This is the only toilet on the first floor, so it sees a lot of action. It's obviously under the stairs, and expanding any of the walls are not an option. This spring... And yes, that is a trap door to the basement. So essentially, just to give you guys a visual, it's a very thin bathroom where you could actually brush your teeth and wash your hands while on the can, is what I'm understanding. And then underneath that floorboard is just some stairs to a basement. So, yeah, we've talked about, having toilets in certain spots on the show before. And, what are you going to do?
The Pittsburgh toilets. Another one, this lady was trying to sell a tree stump that looked like Dobby from Harry Potter for $75.
Oh, yeah, that one was terrible.
And the sad part is, it probably sold.
We could have easily done that. It's on Bismarck People Reporting News. Somebody posted that their grandma passed away.
Oh, lost another good one. I really want to just comment on those and just be like, not news. Well, I mean, to certain families it is news, but not to me.
Yeah, not to Bismarck people reporting news. I actually had to block that. Psych, 'cause I
Another
just got
one,
upset.
someone posted a picture and said, well, came home to this morning, not sure or who or why. I'd assume a cigarette, but thanks. And this is a garbage can that is burnt in half.
What can you do? This one is junior hockey camps and things. And he was promoting himself, but then he said, looking for a collage to play in upcoming season.
I don't think he's getting into a lot of collages unless he's really good. He could probably go to UND if he's really good at hockey and just a potato in the classroom.
This one, people are just smoking marijuana or selling.
They're probably smoking
They're
it
smoking.
if they have a.
Let's see. There's about 15
Yep.
pieces of marijuana paraphernalia for sale in the Bizman online garage sale.
One of them's shaped like a suitcase.
What is that? It is a suitcase. One of them's an elephant. That one's kind of cool. There's a pig. We should get some of these, Matt. Never hurts to have a little glassware.
Jordan and I, we also make memes of high school classmates, and oh yeah, some guy posted and said, "Tried that chicken Big Mac earlier from McDonald's. Let me just say this: this sandwich tore my ass up. Had me having contractions in the bathroom like it was my delivery date."
Anybody missing a toddler in the Parkview Trailer Court area? He is with Bismarck PD and social services now. Isn't it too late to post that?
Someone posted that on like. Okay, that one is
This
actually
kid got found. The poor kid, his face is just plastered all over the internet.
Let me bring it back to the Big Mac.
Oh, sorry,
the
my
chicken
bad.
Big Mac. He says, not to mention the sandwich tasted like minced deer ankles.
Not good. There's a gland on those ankles that you do not want to get into. Trust me. On the Bismarck Mandan /Bismarck online garage sale page, somebody is selling a book that's in like new condition, and it is the Wishick class of 1968 yearbook.
It's a good year.
$10, hell of a deal. Matt, I want you to go grab our yearbooks we have over there. We need to throw them online now.
That's me. And maybe if like
In like new condition.
yeah. Well, no shit. No one looks at their yearbook. I do every week. Someone reported on Bismarck, people reporting the news, that whoever owns the cows, there are 4 cows walking on the Frisbee golf course.
And it's spelled Frisbee, Freisbe. If you would give me 45 tries to spell Frisbee, I don't think I would have gotten to that one.
No, and that person probably is going to go to the same collage as the other guy.
What else do we got?
So someone posted a picture of, it just said, shout out to an awesome delivery from Walmart yet again, and it looks like the person just threw this case of Dr.
Regular Dr. Pepper.
at this person's front door, and it exploded everywhere.
There's Dr. Peppers everywhere, and the integrity.
The
is
good
gone.
news is 9 of them probably exploded, and you could still do the Forrest Gump challenge.
Somebody posted, garbage and old furniture dumped in Northeast Bismarck on 84th Ave. The names were found on the garbage, so the sheriff will be contacting you. If you did it, come get it. The ditches aren't made. And it's just, very clearly a ton of garbage on the side of the road. The fact that they have their name on it, terrible. Do you think they had it loaded in the back and were like, oh, we don't need to strap this down. It's just a couple miles to the landfill. And they get to the landfill and they're just like, okay, let's act like nothing happened.
So this one time I was taking this old futon that I pissed on to the dump and I didn't strap it down, and I was driving right by the state capitol, and just this gust of wind picked it up and threw it out, and I just made an immediate left and drove away.
Sometimes that's just the best thing to do.
Someone posted and said, just saw about 9 golden doodles running down 3rd Avenue Northeast. And apparently this was a big deal because it was posted on multiple places that there was just a pack of golden doodles taking over the town of Mandan, North Dakota.
And I mean, we may be leaking into some old ones here, but I don't even care. Bizman online garage sale. The ad reads, quote, I hear that pink is the new in. This is your chance to own some vintage pink bathroom items. Straight out of the 50s. Cast iron tub, toilet, and square sink. Guaranteed to flush turds like no other. Located in Stanton. Everything is outside. Make an offer. And to give you a visual, it is the pink toilet and tank and bathtub that has been overgrown by weeds. Come pick up my garbage.
See, that's like the thing that sucks about all these is like most of them, I would say 99% of them do not pertain at all to anyone that could ever be listening.
Well, then this person said, take a look what sets are selling for on eBay. It's insane. Make me an offer it, put it in your home, or list it on eBay and make a profit. Are people selling toilets on eBay? I guess I haven't looked.
I haven't eBayed toilets very often.
Yeah, it's been a while since I have too, so I can't even remember. But as a seller of on eBay and other things myself, it's like if it's a certain weight or if it's going to, like if the shipping is just going to be a hassle whatsoever, not interested in it.
Like one guy bought his entire card collection off of him for $220 and he paid $209 shipping.
I'm just going to go to the Bismarck online garage sale, see if there's anything fresh.
I mean, there's got to be stuff on there. One of my favorite things is when people are like, I'm in need of a very solid SUV that gets around in the winter for my son.
Budget.
$1,500. And it's like,
It's not going to happen.
$1,500 gets you the wheels for a good SUV that gets around in the winter.
Or people who... They assume that since their caption has all caps, it's going to work better. This person says, if you're interested, message me. 600 miles, everything works as it should. Need the funds as bills and such came up. Can deliver possibly. Okay.
I love when someone says they can deliver something that's like $5. You're like, at that point, throw it in the garbage.
Oh, that's my other rule. It's got to be like $75 or more for me to mess around with it. So, oh God. What else do we got? About 50 moving boxes. All are in good condition. Just used once. Free. So that's nice. I thought for sure she was going to slap $10 on there and be like, here you go.
My favorite thing is that when people get way too personal with their like posts about selling something, you're like, going through a greasy divorce, need to sell this piano ASAP.
Didn't need to know that.
Yeah,
Did not need to know that.
Probably could have gathered that by you trying to sell a $1,500 piano for $9.
That's pretty good. Yeah, I've seen 2 very old trucks so far, Matt. Both over $5,000. Oh, this one is they're selling a Roku TV. Interesting. Wonder if that's compatible with Roku. New inbox. Never open. Inbox, one word. Don't need no longer.
It's always the people that are selling something that just don't have a good grasp on the English language.
Another truck, $5,000. Queen mattress. Here's a picture of just the corner because we don't want to show you the piss stains. What? And then you like have like an actually like a really nice vehicle that's very detailed, and you can tell they like put some effort into it. Oh, got a John Deere 7700 combine, 4 parts. There's no engine. We'll be hauling to the scrapyard soon. Okay, well just take it to the scrapyard, dude.
I love when people try to like sell something that's clearly like over everyone's price range.
Matt, you're gonna piss your pants
Oh,
on this
God.
one. This one says water tank. It does not look like a water tank. It's some sort of funnel system. This is from a house built in 1910. Yeah, definitely want that for $20.
It's like it still
It's
has
in New Salem, in case you guys are wondering.
it still has lead-based paint on it.
$5 kitchenware. I almost said chickenware. Kitchenware. They even offered a 5% discount. It's $4.75. If my math is correct, I think it is. Oh, this is
Why did you do that with your eyes when you were trying to do math? You're like,
Matt? That's just how I do math. Shipping container, $4,500.
or when someone has something way too big on it, they just want it moved. It's like entire mobile home free must move.
Fuck. There's a whole set of Wizard of Oz Barbies. $220. Might have to look into that.
$220?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
For all 5. It comes as a set, Matt. You wouldn't understand. 6 foot tall tree. $15. Can't argue there. Oh, this one's a pre-lit Christmas tree for only 4 feet. $20. So, you got to just put your foot in the ground and figure out what you want. Have we hit an hour yet? Not
No,
quite.
but we don't really
boy.
need to.
You didn't want to keep going for another 14 minutes?
I was thinking,
Cocktail smoker set, $5.
is fondue still a thing?
No, but I heard they have like restaurants that's their theme. That's their shtick. Sounds sweet.
Yeah, I mean
check
that.
it
Like,
out.
I don't know why fondue hasn't stuck around.
Let's start calling around and see if we can't find some fondue.
I guarantee we could make our own, but that doesn't sound fun.
I would definitely fondue with that with you.
Yeah, we're gonna cut it. Shit.
I couldn't even take this so serious. You know what? We're gonna fondue.
I'm gonna hang myself.
Chainsaw carvings. Okay.
That's
All right.
That's another one where a guy started a business that just didn't take off the ground. So he's like, well, fuck this. I gotta go to the garage sale page to see if I can unload all this.
Matt, that's gonna be me in like 6 to 12 months. So
Okay, well, that's fair.
be sure to share my shit. I know what I have. Piss jugs, come get them. That's episode 228. Sorry, I don't have a whole lot for you this week. I'm just mentally and physically exhausted. Last week I had a show on Tuesday, open mic Wednesday, Thanksgiving Thursday, blackout Friday, Saturday. So pretty busy one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. We'll be back next week with a lot of content, maybe a special guest. Who knows?
Whoa. Let's. Matt's all about the cliffhangers. Yeah, we might. There's a chance we might.
That's why I said we might.
We might be back next week with something better. Don't count on it. This is our third to last episode of 2024. So make sure you're tuning in, telling your friends, having a good time, engaging. Thanks to you who are watching on YouTube. I think that's it's been popping off a little bit more these days. Giving you more content out there the way you want it. And YouTube's a great place. So if you're not checking it out on YouTube, make sure you are. If you're on Spotify, Apple, iHeart, wherever that may be, make sure you're subscribing, Matt. Socials?
Yeah, follow us, either No Brains, No Headache or MBNH Podcast. You can just search No Brains, No Headache. That's the easiest way for it to come up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, basically anyone. And we're posting daily on there, so that's where you can get all of our like-minded things.
Check it out. And as always, we got our big show, the biggest stand-up comedy show No Brains and No Headache has produced to this point. That's Saturday, January 25th. I know it seems like a ways out, but it's really not. I think it'd be a great Christmas present. You guys are looking for something out there to get your family, something cool, something different. You can check out the Bismarck Event Center page, go to events, scroll down to January 25th. You'll see No Brains, No Headache. Or if you follow us on our social media pages, you can always check the link in our bio, but we are gearing up for that. That's our next big one. We might be filling in the schedule in the meantime, but you, our loyal listeners, will be the first to know. Thank you so much for listening. Next up, episode 229. Stay fresh.
You're
You're watching Channel 4 News with 5-time Emmy Award-winning anchor Ron Burgundy and Tits McGee.
Good evening, San Diego. I'm Veronica Corningstone. Tits McGee is on vacation.